So did it never happen to you that you bought a fragrance and you start to wear it and you're like, it doesn't smell exactly like it was smelling in the store, or it doesn't last that long, whatever it is, you have a little bit of a regret. Well, it happened to me too, but today we're talking about fragrances that I had no regret at all. First one is Grand Soir, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Simply, I bought it because I completely fell in love from the fragrance like years ago. I smelled the sample and I was like, I know this is for me. I'm not wearing it that often now, just because I kind of feeling that I'm liking it too much and I don't want to see the bottle empty. Oh, I love it. And you know how much I love amber fragrances. If you've been hanging in my channel sometimes, very sexy, but also like it does give like a very gentleman characteristic. So I'm a woman, I'm wearing it, I'm not a gentleman obviously, but I think it gives me that very old money vibe. Like, super classy, but gives you something charismatic. Like, it's extremely elegant amber. I think one of the most elegant amber. I love the fact that it smells very dark, but there's a pinch of some acidity that you can smell in the back. You can smell really the benzoin, and I love that benzoin, that you can smell this nearly burnt wax. It's a very simple composition. You heard so many people being like, oh, it's amazing, I love Grand Soir, because usually there's two teams in Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It's or you love Baccarat Rouge or you team Grand Soir. Like the snobs like me. I think it lasts beautifully. The kind of occasion I would wear it is potentially dinner date, or if I'm going out, something like that. I don't wear it at home at all. Like, I know it's very cozy at the same time and enveloping, but for me it's definitely more like an event in the town, but not the event where I need to impress. Like, no, it's more like an event in town for a dinner, intimate dinner. I think that's amazing. So I love it on men, but I love it on myself too. I will never regret purchasing it is Naxos Serge. Again, a fragrance that I think I like too much to spray too much. So glad about this, just for the bottle. The details on the bottle is beautiful, and I don't know, everything is beautiful in that fragrance. I always like come to Serge and try the fragrance, but there's so many fragrances that I'm getting lost. Usually I'm just giving up. I would need to sit down with someone for Serge. Recently I tried Herba Pura that I liked, but it's nothing near Naxos. I'm sorry to say. And especially for autumn coming, I think this is definitely the season where I'm wearing it the most. Again, this would give you like a bit of a gentleman vibe, for example. I love it on me, whatever, but it's tobacco scent, you know, with some honey, aromatic notes with lavender, so it feels clean. It's a very interesting mix, incredibly smooth. It's so round, so smooth, but at the same time there's a sillage that is diffusing around you very quickly. It's such a mesmerizing. I want a little bit. And it's a tobacco that is a bit, for me, more realistic but easy to wear. It's not like this hard, dark, smoky tobacco and a pinch of honey, honestly, but not sticky at all. It does have a bit of sweetness around, but it's perfectly balanced and is very meticulous. Okay, next one is Mir and Tonka by Jo Malone. The bottle is empty, so it's done. I've got this many years, so it was a good time to be empty, to be honest. I'm so glad I had this fragrance. Am I gonna repurchase it? I think so. Definitely. I don't know when, because there's a bit waiting list going on, so it might take some time. It was one of my first crush into niche perfumery. I remember the time I smelled it, I was like, oh my god, like I was still with all my designer and I was like, there's something I'm missing. It smelled really like a candle with resinous tone, like you're burning a candle, so it feels like quite waxy, and you have this myrrh, resinous, mysterious. It's so nice. Vanilla-like, but torrefied, like roasted. It's incredible. And it's very easy, it's very simple. I could see it being a signature. And despite being like myrrh and tonka, which are quite heavy ingredients, you can wear that all year long. It's amazing. About Kilian's, I have to say I've chipped some money in. Yes, Kilian's is really expensive, and I had to make the decision to wait a little bit. I actually, like to purchase those fragrances because it's 50 milliliters. It isn't. Am I correct? Yes, it's 50 milliliters and it's excessively expensive. So like you might be like, oh my god, like maybe not. But I never regretted my purchase. Rolling in Love, I bought it in the store. And usually I know what I want and I know when I have a crush straight away. So I just smell fragrance like this. And I'm just like, oh yes, this, oh yes, this. I'm exactly the same when I'm shopping for fashion. Like, I've got a radar. I'm like, no. I can see you. Yes. Smelled everything and I was like, oh my god, yes, really like that. I tried that many times. I bought some sample because I'm a freak. I always need to have sample before buying something. It's heavy tuberose and a bit iris-like, so it's very smooth. Milky almond. Oh my god. So it's slightly delicious and slightly sexy round florals. It's a very intimate, sensual fragrance. Like when I want to give an impression, but I know that everyone's gonna like this because honestly, it's a crowd pleaser, but it's very unique. I bought Straight to Heaven. This was not a gift for my boyfriend or something. I think it's one of my favorite scents on a man. Unfortunately, my boyfriend doesn't really like it that much. It's a very difficult, I can't blame him. It's a very difficult fragrance to wear, to be honest. It smells like the barrels of some old kind of whiskey. You have something like very woody but dark, You can smell something that is though captivating, and that's this boozy notes that are there. It's a very serious scent, like the cold, hard kind of cliche of a man. Do you see what I mean? I always call it Le Chiffre, if you watch Casino Royale with Matt Mikkelsen, my favorite actor. This guy is representing the fragrance, and I need to have the correct mood for this because this is a complicated scent. Like, it's not you easygoing at all. If you wear like a boozy, woody fragrance as a woman, for me it's femme fatale look. Royal Oud, again a fragrance that I'm super happy to have bought. Some of you remember me crying on a YouTube video the first time I smelled it. Yeah, I'm so dramatic. Listen, I have fragrance channel, obviously, because fragrance touched me emotionally. So, I'm very sensitive to perfume in a good way. Creed fragrances are really nice, but they are not the most unique fragrance. And they're also in a very Chanel-like style. You can feel for some people that are used to heavy niche that they're a bit watered down. It's not heavy. Most of them are not heavy. Like if you take Aventus, yes, like it's projecting and stuff. But if you smell it, like it's kind of watery. It's not that concentrated. And Creed fragrance in terms of price is going, I do really think though, millésime impérial, Virgin Island water, like stuff like this that I really love. The Neroli one is beautiful as well. The vanilla ones is beautiful. But I do feel the price sometimes is a bit exaggerated, especially because I know a lot of fragrances that have more concentration that cost less than that. But I had a huge crush on that. Just because it's a very dry, airy cedarwood note. You have carrot seeds, so you have some spices that makes the fragrance a bit more drier. Nearly like a pencil shaving. But what made me cry is that with the time you can smell something like tiny, smooth, and it's nearly like I'm diving in the fragrance and I can smell a bit of the cedar note. I can smell something. I don't even know how to describe it, and to tell you how I'm still confused about this fragrance is that it's really worth it to like try on the skin, because it's not just a simple woody to me. It does have, even at the back, you can smell something like something tiny sweet. I think it's one of the most elegant fragrances I have, like all money vibe again, The kind of fragrance that you would wear to an office, you have a nice outfit and you've put together something nice, not too extravagant or complicated, but just, nice outfit, clean, sense of fashion, but discreet. Voilà guys, this is the fragrance I absolutely loved and never regret buying. Voilà guys, I hope you have a lovely day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Press that like button, that would be so appreciated. Thank you so much for the people that are super thanking. This is really more than appreciated. These are the last super thanks, so for this guy, thank you so much. I highly appreciate. Guys, I will see you very soon. Bye now.
Je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.